Hey guys, Truth Waves here. So it's been a while since I've continued the deployment entry, you know, the journal entries. So I want to continue moving forward with that. Just a pretext to this, if you haven't already, I've made, I believe it was 7 videos detailing my experience when I was on deployment. And reminder, this is just solely my experience, my perspective. It's flawed, it's biased, it has my own, will, so to speak, in it. It's not everyone's experience, and it's not the whole picture of what occurred. It's just simply just who I am represented down in the paper and what I saw. And yeah, so we're going to move forward with that. With that being said, I had left off with just the fact that we, as a unit, as a ship, LHD-7, we ported in Rota, Spain. Okay, and this was 2021, March 18th. Okay, so now we're past that. It's March 19th, so here we go. Let's see. So 2021, March 19th. I felt great today. I caught up with Hayhurst and crew. That's all. So that right there, I had contacted some guys from my schoolhouse. That was pretty much it. Nothing too crazy because we had internet connection. It was Wi-Fi that I was doing like Wi-Fi messaging and calling. Very next day, the 20th, I skated the whole day. I had a cookout and everything was chill. So when I say skated, there was some stuff that had to be, done as far as I think it was like ship um, supply or some shit. Like we were supposed to be moving around shit. Well, I skated out of that because I didn't want to take any part of that because I was already tired and just like, nah, I ain't gonna do that. So thankfully, I got out of doing that. All right, 21st, I saw Gia. That was the coolest thing to happen. She had the necklace on that I had gave her in the previous videos. I had given her a gift. She had the necklace on, but I was embarrassed and I made it kind of awkward. The 22nd, not much. I talked to my mom for the last day. We left port late at night, and that was it. I saw her today. She seemed happy. The guys teased me overall. Fuck ship, fuck Marine Corps, rah! Exclamation point. And when I say I saw her that day, it was referring to Gia. So, the very next day, the 23rd, I think she knows, or at least her friend does. It's weird, but I think I'm getting over it all. Same with everyone else. And this is in the context of just my feelings towards Gia. And did I really get over it? We'll see. And another thing too is I mentioned her friend. So she had made a friend on ship. That friend is gonna be coming up later on. Just watch. That shit blew my mind. Alright. So that being said, after that, the 25th, not much today. Felt like shit, but people made my day. I saw her again, and it wasn't that bad. I still feel like shit, but slightly better. Nothing is really important besides masks coming off in a few days. The 26th. I felt like shit, but I gotta get through it. I saw Gia again today and played Uno. It was a fun time, and I'm super hyped. The 27th. I woke up in a great mood. I had lunch with her and the boys. I had some ice cream, played spades, but it wasn't it. She has a new tattoo though. It's a heart that's crying. All right. So the 27th, I'll never forget. Okay. So I'm sitting there with the boys and she comes up. Mind you, she comes up and sits by me. All right. And that day was an ice cream day. Okay. So we're only given ice cream on special occasions, like if we're leaving or we're boarding soon, or they're about to give us some bad news on ship. That's at least how it was whenever I was on ship. But we were leaving port, so that's why we're getting ice cream, because it was like, all right, at least have a treat. You know what I mean? So she sat there, and we're all joking around and blah blah blah, and like she's trying to like share ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, this young woman's married, and like it's more of like in an intimate sense, or at least that's how I felt. So we had our little ice cream bowl, and she was like taking little bites, and like, what was it? I'm pretty sure it was Dell. Cause yeah, Dell. He sat there and he caught onto it. He was like, "What? Like, hey, what's going on there, Soto?" Or some shit. I forget what happened, but I kind of made it awkward because like I didn't know how to respond to it. You know what I'm saying? But also like I didn't want to come across as like, oh, like this dude's going after this marriage. Like, nah, it wasn't. Like I said, very like mixed emotions, complex. Like I didn't understand. Okay, and I just wanted to get away from her, but she kept trying to like grab more ice cream. And of course, like I didn't want to be rude too. Like I didn't want her to like walk off. But eventually, like we ended up just playing Uno later on and blah blah. And it was an okay time, you know. So there's that. So afterwards, let's see. Oh, we had played spades. My bad, my bad. And then the heart that was crying. So she went into a whole conversation about that, and it was just really her just being emotionally available towards that, just talking to me about it. And I don't remember the exact context, but in a sense, that's how, from what I remember, that's how she felt, in a way that her heart's like bleeding, like she's crying for something, like there's something more to it all in her own life. And it was just, it was a hard time even for her, even before deployment and then even after deployment, because there was just a whole bunch of stuff that was going on in the background that I myself did not understand, and I myself still don't understand to this day. But that's her story, not mine. All right, moving forward, this is the 28th. I was hyped as fuck today, but in reality, I need to stop. If there is anything Teal taught me, is I just need to mind my business. People sell bullshit all the time. With that being said, Teal was a young man, a young individual who helped me get out of my phase back when I was in 29 Palms, when I used to drink very heavily and do stupid shit and hang around the wrong people and like the wrong people and involve myself in just activities that were not adherent or, you know, essentially cohesive with the core. And he told me, he was like, look, man, either you're buying bullshit or you're selling bullshit. Okay. What are you going to do? And I, me personally, I was like, I don't want to be a part of that. And he was like, that's just how the world works. He had that mentality. And don't get me wrong, like, I didn't disagree with him. It's just, I didn't want to live that life. But I also took what he said and carried it forward with me throughout my years. So I'm like, oh, okay, like this shouldn't, he makes sense. So I appreciate you, Teal, wherever you are. You're probably just doing your own thing, going to college, smoking weed, whatever it may be. That was my perspective of you. Okay. But either way, those words impacted me. So afterwards, okay. Also, I told myself I would at least, with her, stop caring, and I needed to do that. She is a friend, question mark. That is all. She has gotten me to get out more, which is nice, but it's just not it. I constantly feel meh, or I'll be excited, or this or that. I don't like having a friend like that. That makes me feel that way. I'm gonna stay away and just be quiet. Otherwise, I'll fuck myself over. Time moved forward an hour ahead, and I lost sleep and only slept for 4 hours. Day after that, the 29th. April Fool's is tomorrow. I've been bored. Today was shit. I was asleep half the day and mad as fuck. I PT'd with Roberts and I hit the gym. The 30th. I woke up at 1300. Not much happened. I stayed up all night because I was bored and time moved ahead again. Alright. Mind you guys, I'm kind of sick. Alright. This is the, what was it? I believe it was the 31st? Yep, 31st. So I played board games. It was a board game night. Also, Anderson got promoted to Lance Corporal. He was one of the operators. So I was very, happy for him. Even though it's like in the Marine Corps, it was commonplace to just be like, oh, you're PFC. And then, like, as long as you don't get in trouble and you exist, you'll pick up Lance Corporal. That's not always the case, but most of the time, that's how it was. At least whenever I was in. The first, nothing exciting happened. The Raz is tomorrow, and people are strange. The second, I missed work twice. I talked to a crew chief as well. They told me we are 500 miles off the coast of Portugal. Nothing cool. That's it. The third, it was Easter. MWR had a scavenger hunt. The RS2 Lewis won. That was one of the, I believe it was the barbers. And then I organized my camera. That's it. The fourth, I got told my rack smelled, so I took off my sheets and blanket. I didn't sleep well. I say it's bullshit. Sergeant Spadero just doesn't like me. I've never been the smelly one. I have always tried to stay the cleanest. I say it's bullshit because of two reasons. One, he said my towel stinks. I've used it 3 times. And two, he came over and said it doesn't smell bad over here anymore when I did nothing new. The fifth, I got my laundry done. Marines should have access to the reading list. I talked to Daniel in depth. He is a meditative person. I didn't do much. I don't want to be around others. And tomorrow is the last day on ship tax. Alright, that whole incident right there. Okay. Nothing against Sergeant Spadero or any of the other Marines that were on board in the berthing along with me. I know myself, and look, I'm not saying that I was or wasn't the smelly individual. However, growing up, I had to deal with a smelly family. And when I say smelly, it was bad. My mom didn't have the cleanliest lifestyle. She was obese and just not very taking care of herself. Good at that. Nor did she necessarily want to. At least that's what it seemed from my perspective. And on top of that, I had 4 brothers who were very messy and did not clean up after themselves and also thought it was funny to be messy. And I'll put it in this context. And some of you, or any of you that see this, I am not bullshitting you. It's how it was. Growing up, I would have to share a bathroom with 4 of my brothers that would shit and piss all over the floor and even on the walls. And they wouldn't clean up after themselves. And my parents would do little to nothing about that. So what I had to do was be comfortable with being uncomfortable and actually cleaning the restroom, being in that presence of piss and shit all over the floor and even on the toilet. And I always did my best to at least adhere to some form of cleanliness, even within my own room or even in the restroom or wherever I went, because I did not want to end up being a slob. I didn't want to be a piece of shit. I didn't like that. So whenever the proposition of me being the uncleanly one, me being the smelly one, I took it to heart. And I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to fight every single person there. I was like, there's no fucking way. I am not that guy. I am not messy like that. I did my best to clean up after myself. and do what I can, to not come across as that disgusting individual. And I had my own perspective about it, but it is what it is. So that's what occurred. I thought it was bullshit, but peace and blessings. I love each and every single one of you that I went on deployment with, and hey, it's all good. All right, moving forward. This is I actually skipped a day. Instead of the 6th, it's the 7th. Okay. I'm moving on from her in my mind as well as refocusing on certain goals. I'm not going to play Skyrim. I need to beat the games on my phone and study my sign language as well as Icelandic. I want I won't PT until they fix the machines. This is the laundry. Life is great and not at the same time. I got off ship tax. I signed up for being bingo and spent some time showing Gia around. I need to enroll or apply to the college. She sent me a link. Overall, I'm chilling. I was told Gunny can help me with the book idea. This is where I was pondering the idea of taking certain college courses that we were allowed to while I was on deployment. I decided not to. The 8th, I came by to the library. She was in a mood. Gia ended up working in the library, the MWR. So this is just showing it out there, okay? So I came to the library and she was in a mood and nothing was going on. I didn't do much since the Raz was going on Sunday and I'm going to beat, uh, and I decided that my only goal was to beat MK11, Mortal Kombat 11. I need to read my book and that's it. The 9th, a waste of a day. I beat MK11. Bingo was ass. I wasted $5. Also, shit's gonna get gay. I called it. It's whatever. The 10th, I wasted away my day. The 11th, the boys leave for England today. Ship is quiet now. I also cleaned a bit and organized. I wanted to focus on my languages and beating my games. I'm almost done reading my book. That was the 11th. Okay. All right, moving forward to the 12th. I woke up at 4 a.m. I played Smash with soda, organized my shit. I read my book, went to the library. Waste of time, in parentheses. I rarely see or talk to her anymore. Overall, it was a great day. We had a brawl with uh, Command Element, and we won. Oh, so talking about that. Never forget that moment. Best experience on deployment is we were fighting, and I'm pretty sure like it was like two different birthings, okay, and we were just brawling, just boom, 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 fists out, everything, okay. I'm talking everything, and I'll never forget one of the sergeants, big fucking dude, one of the sergeants picked me up and launched me. He was like, "Soto, go get him," and he threw me and he launched me like I'd say probably like 15 feet, and I just come in and I smacked out of this dude and it just hits him, boom, square in the jaw. And and we were just going at it. Next thing you know, they come piling up on top of me, and I'm in like enemy lines. And one of the taller dudes, he came up and he's like, "Soto, I got you." And this is Probst. Love you, bro. I hope you stay blessed, dog. For real, for real. So he comes up to me and he's like, "Soto, I got you." And like he's pulling all these people off, and it's just me and him defending, each other. And then all of a sudden it gets quiet, and like the what was that, the ship XO opens the hatch, and we just like all stop like mid punch, and it just gets quiet. Nobody got in trouble. We all just got a stern talking to by, I believe it was one of the gunnies or mass sergeants, and he was like, "Good shit, good shit." That like literally that was it. Like he was like, "Don't do that." But good shit, because you know what I'm saying. Like that's the Marine Corps. We embrace that. We embrace that brotherly love. It wasn't like we were doing like 100% punches. Nah, it was like 50%. You know what I'm saying? So it was like you could take a hit. You know what I'm saying? It's just brothers horse playing around. That's it. So I miss that. I miss that 100%. So afterwards, moving forward with that. Okay. We're coming up, and this is the 13th. I woke up at 4 a.m. again. I went to chow with Q and soda. I saw ski and reminisced. I finished my book. I helped serve some chow, and I also watched a movie in MWR. I talked with Sergeant Gonzalez, the one of the generator operators, and we talked about basic electronics. And then the 14th, nothing really happened. I ended up sleeping the whole day. And then the 15th, I beat Super Mario Galaxy. There was also an announcement that there was a Russian warship and sub next to us, along with a British ship, in which I then took pictures of all of the ships. I started playing this game with Roberts. This is a Falling Day, the 16th. And it was about a Greek god game or something like that. Not that great of a game, but the dialogue saved it, which was pretty funny. And I also have Phone Watch tomorrow, the 17th. I receive a letter from my Meemaw today. She says that she's doing well as usual and everyone misses me. She figured out which ship I'm on and they want to send me stuff. Oh, I'm also a litter bearer Kazovac person. So I'm one of the Kazovac individuals carrying around a litter in case there's a situation that calls for it. You know, meaning that we have to go and grab individuals, put them on the litter, and then continue moving forward away from the situation, away from the live fire, away from whatever is going on, and making sure that they make it to this to the evacuation point essentially. All right. So with that being said, all right. This is the 18th. I woke up late. I missed breakfast, so I was hangry. I had a dental appointment that day. Nothing cool, but the Raz tomorrow. The 19th. The Raz was today, mostly male, and everyone is looking forward to. What is it? Everyone is looking forward for Libo on base. A few more days, and we port on the 23rd. I get off at a reasonable time, played Smash, nothing else. Woke up late, GQ today. Sharp was upset as fuck. A lot of arguing, commotion this morning. Everyone is mad at each other. The reason everyone was mad at each other was because Sharp, okay, mind you, this guy is big buff dude, but no offense, Sharp, like, sometimes like I wanted to fight you, and to be honest with you, I probably would have got my ass beat. No offense, no offense. Great dude, like lovable dude, but like sometimes not the brightest, and that's okay. That's okay. I think he misplaced a charger or what was it, a like shampoo bottle or some shit, and he was saying that someone took it or whatever. He ended up finding it later. But either way, everyone was just fucking arguing that day for this, that, and the other, and it was just a bullshit day. Alright, so, 29th. I've gone through another Raz. It wasn't bad. We are also on a new laundry schedule. I started PT again, and I also beat the Phoenix game that Roberts lent me. I'm getting bored, so I'm trying to occupy my mind. I also don't really see her anymore, Gia. It's weird how life is. I dreamt my brothers needed me. Who knows, maybe they do. I need to learn how to let people fail. That meaning my family. My mind races with anger from my emotions of not letting things just be. Just be as they are. I refuse to let things just be. Be as they are. I went on gray belt course, and that's that. And it'll be tough. However, I suck at remembering all of the techniques. So there's certain techniques that you have to learn and you have to like memorize and like get a, you know, accustomed to. It's the same thing with any like martial arts program that you're doing, whatever it may be. It's just that I suck at it. So that's what I was referring to. It's a course in the Marine Corps that you take and you belt up, you know, just like any other martial arts that I mentioned. So, following that, it's the second. Another day down, I slept in. I was supposed to go and see Chaps. I'll see him tomorrow. He's going to cut my hair. I wrote my letter to Fabian. This is my friend from Tanzania. I might write a letter to mom. Worked out again 4 days in a row. I'm going to get some rest tomorrow. Feels nice to get back to it. This is 2021-05-03. So I am not writing in my journal every day anymore. I have been PTing a bit harder lately. Also, machines are back on. I sent a package to Fabian. I also shot a BZO shoot, which means practice for my rifle. Some people also think I'm a shitbag. Well, they might be right. Yet, I hate the Marine Corps. I have more time in than a few corporals and almost all lance corporals. One has more time than me. Vicario got hurt. First day off ship tags. Got hit with a roll of slash wire. Fucking funny. You know, I don't know when it will happen this month. Okay. So, context to this. All right, it's gonna sound crazy as hell, but it's in here, and I'm not gonna cut you guys short because I'm all about truth and I'm all about perspective and I'm all about bias. Okay, at least personal bias. All right, that's what I want to share with you guys. Is just the truth of my life and the truth of how I operated and the truth of who I am. All right. So it's gonna sound crazy. So I wrote this down, but I was sure her husband would die. I'm almost certain of it. Same as how I've been Same as how I have been before. Time will tell. I'm constantly bothered by the possibilities I see. The most likely outcome appears often. Maybe I really am crazy, but I've been right before about my family and those closest to me. Hopefully tomorrow goes well and another Raz is on Monday. All right, pause real quick. So, in this context, okay, I sound crazy as hell, and maybe I am. With this being said, I have had, and you can believe me or not, I have had visions of certain instances that have taken place. And, some call it premonitions, some call it, fortune telling, whatever it may be. No, it was been visions of different instances. For instance, when I was 17, right before I was going to join the Marine Corps, I think it was like a month or maybe like a few weeks before, I had a vision about my stepdad, and it was him getting hurt at work, and I didn't know exactly what happened. However, I saw him in the hospital. And what did I do? I warned him. I told him that same day, that same morning that everything happened. I told him, I was like, hey, be careful at work. You might get hurt. Like you're probably gonna get hurt. Something wrong can happen. Be careful. And he's never hurt himself. And like he's had like plenty of experience in construction. And in that instance, in that day, he happened to chop off his thumb and go to the hospital. And you know what he did when he got home? He blamed me, said it was bad mojo, it was bad karma, bad this, and I need to shut the hell up and never do that again. Either way, I've had other visions that have come true that have taken place, and it's not of my own fruition. It's just what God has allowed me to see, and that's what I had seen. And I wrote that down in my book. So, there. Now it's out in the open, and you guys can say this, that, and the other about it, but it's my story, okay? So, there you go. I'm going to stay true, and I'm going to keep it as real as possible, okay? Back to it, okay? This is, let's see, the 7th. I'm back. I've been unfocused. I've started McMap, going through the motions. It's kind of gay. It's nice relearning everything. I'm thinking of doing the next open mic. A few people have gotten hurt this month. Life is sucky as usual. I just don't write because everything is a waste. I need to get back into my studies. Otherwise, what am I? What do I do? I deleted a game on my phone I've had for 2 years and wasted so much time on. It's kind of how I feel about a lot of things. I'm just wasting time. Many just see me as a junior Marine. I'm still young, but I've got shit going on. We all do. I did another res today, and that was it. Everyone went to Saudi except a few of us. I got stuck with ship tax. I've been to Greece, I've been to Israel, and Greece was awesome. I have euros, and I got super fucked up and saw all the boys from the other ships, and we all took pics together. I'm on ship tax for a whole month. It's been 14 days, and I'm night crew. Israel was dog shit. I tried kissing a Jew, and I also spent a lot of money. They gave me schmeckles. Also, Matthew ain't doing too good. I sent him 5K, but I haven't messaged since before I got put on ship tax. All right, context to that. My brother Matthew, he's going through a lot of shit back home. I'm not going to tell his story exactly. However, I do have it written later on that he was going through some stuff. Okay. Either way, I sent him some money because I love my brother and I love my family, and that's what I felt, was the right thing to do, was help him out to the best of my ability. All right, and that's what I would do for anyone that I truly love and that I truly show compassion for, is to help them to the best of my ability. And that means each and every single one of you that is listening to this video right now, or to any other, broadcast or post that I put out. So just throwing it out there. But I haven't messaged him since before I got put on ship tax. I hope he is good. I'm not gonna lie, I got high as fuck the other day, and it felt like I had all the ideas in the world. I saw so much. One of these days, I'll be in power, and I have to be patient. Well, that's all, because I lost my water bottle. I need to find it. That's what I put. That, like, literally, that's it. That's all that occurred. I had a water bottle, and I just fucking lost it. I don't know where it went. All right, 2021 06/14. This is where things start becoming more sporadic. It's been a whole month. We're staying in the Middle East for now. I got my green belt now, and I'm getting better at staying calm. I'm off ship tax. Life is just flowing on. The machines have been down, and I make the best of ship life. I have nothing to do. I'm learning sign language, and that's pretty much it. I've gotten a bit more comfortable. Life is gay, but so be it. Rumors of us going here or there, who knows? Also, I've been volunteering in the bake shop. I also made a cool painting, which everyone made fun of because I suck at painting. All right, 2021 07/13. This might be my last journal entry for a long time. We're headed home. 1 week left. I have had countless of useless arguments in which they go nowhere. I realize more and more that I am baited into losing the argument even if I'm right. I'm also marked to lose based on my reputation. So this is how humans work. Is it a prejudice against me or something else? I've ran myself in my whole life due to all the uselessness. It seems though all the small things add up. What I've noticed especially is the ability to talk shit. It's a sample it's a simple diversion, but works well in the groups. I have not taken the time to study anymore or PT. I also got promoted. My brother lost his place. Sergeant G, she is dead. Oh wait, no, that wasn't the 13th. The previous entry was the 13th. Okay, okay. Because just mind you, because that didn't happen yet. That didn't happen yet. All right. Okay. So, all right. Where was I? All right. My brother lost his place. Sergeant G, she is dead. I won't ever see her again. I have dreamt of her, and each time I ask for a hug, and she just says, I can't. Part of me wonders what happened in her mind. Did she quietly go, or was she fine? She wasn't there for me a lot, and I should have been the better person. 13 died that day. I was crying for days. I cried for everyone she knew. She never got a going away. I remember I was the only one who got her something. It was a bottle of Malibu. I've claimed of being there for all, and I care about everyone, but it's hard when they don't believe me or care enough back. She was my first sister, and I'll miss her. I've learned not to trust even more, to not talk or share, because in the words of others, nobody cares, nobody asked. I've lost so much. I truly believe in order to help others, one must give oneself up. Lose all or most of all of what we call ourselves, because humanity is selfish. Imagine the amount of lives that would change if somebody did or asked or truly cared about wanting to know how someone feels. Well, you know what? I ask and I care. 2021 09/27. So that's it. That's the last of my deployment entry. I was crushed. I didn't know how to react to it all. And when I came back, I struggled. I struggled with addiction, not just, alcohol, drugs. It was addiction to just feeling the void that I had felt from losing someone that I truly cared for. And I to this day, like, I haven't shared this with anyone besides what, maybe 5 people. And now it's all in the open. So if any of you guys want to see it and know more about where I come from or know what I've been through, this is who I am. This is Mark Anthony Soto. Okay. Truth waves, whatever you want to call it. And I just simply offer this up as my testimony, as my journey, as my walk to help motivate, to help guide you guys, to help show that there is love out there. There's more that's out there. That yes, there's other people that have been through really shitty situations that have gone through this or that, and it may not be the exact same. But I just want to say that I love each and every single one of you guys, and I hope you stay true, and I hope you stay blessed and be able to bless up on some other people for real. Because life is rough and this world is rough, but the love of God is always there. And it's whether or not you want to stay connected to that. And I was struggling. So that's my testimony. That's my story. I hope you guys stay blessed and stay true. Amen.